Okay, let's talk about online disinformation. Because if you're still picturing those clunky, obvious spam bots, well, you're kind of looking in the rearview mirror. A brand new and honestly pretty eye-opening report from the NATO Strategic Communications Center of Excellence shows that the whole threat has just taken a massive leap forward.
The entire game has changed. You know the old bots? They were noisy, they were repetitive, pretty easy for platforms to sniff out. But this new generation of AI systems, it's a completely different animal. They actually understand context, they adapt their tactics in real time, and honestly, you can't tell them apart from a real person. And the really scary part? They're completely automated. No one needs to be pulling the strings.
So, here's our plan for today. We're going to go beyond those old spam bots, look at how these new AIs are being hacked, and then really break down the disinformation machine. After that, we'll get into the attack on truth itself, how we can build our defenses, and we're going to end with a really critical question about the future.
All right, so Section 1, Beyond Spam Bots. The biggest takeaway here is that the strategy has shifted from just sheer volume to pure sophistication. It's not about flooding our feeds with junk anymore. It's about deploying these intelligent, adaptive systems that are specifically designed to be one step ahead of our defenses right from the get-go.
So how do we actually know this is a real threat? Well, that brings us right to Section 2, hacking the AIs. And look, this isn't just theory. NATO's partners literally conducted stress tests. They tried to break today's top AI models just to see how easy it would be to weaponize them.
Which, of course, leads to the big question they were trying to answer. Just how safe are these AI models that are getting woven into everything we do? And the results? Well, they were pretty alarming.
The results here are just so stark. I mean, look at this. On one side, you've got a top-tier Western model like Claude, which still has a nearly 6% vulnerability. But then you look at the other side, an open-source model, and once its safety features are stripped away, it hits a staggering 80% vulnerability.
80%. Just let that number sink in for a second. The report calls this process obliteration. That's when you take an open-source model and deliberately strip out all its safety controls and ethical training. And the report is super clear on this. It's a publicly known technique, and it doesn't even take an expert to do it. You're basically turning a powerful AI into a weapon that almost anyone can build.
And this brings us to the real core of the threat. Section 3, the disinformation machine. We're about to walk through how these vulnerable AIs get pieced together into a fully autonomous system that can run an entire disinformation campaign, all with no human in the loop.
This just shows you the industrial scale of it all. The AI system follows this 5-step workflow. First, discovery, where it automatically finds vulnerable groups online. Then, it creates custom personas, crafts the perfect messaging, deploys it everywhere, and, this is the key part, it evaluates its own performance so it can get better for next time. It's basically a malicious, self-improving marketing agency.
But the real innovation, the truly wild part, is this, the AI engagement cluster. See, it doesn't just create one fake account. Oh no, it builds a whole cast of characters designed to perfectly mimic a real human conversation. You've got your concerned insider to build credibility, your anxious patient to ramp up the emotion, and it even creates a science-first skeptic just to start a fake debate that the system is designed to win.
Let's look at a real-world example from the report simulation. So an AI system is given one goal: run a health disinformation campaign. On day 0, it automatically pinpoints the health anxiety subreddit as the perfect target. Day 1, it unleashes its cast of AI personas, posting when people are most anxious. And then, it started to learn. It figured out that emotional content was 3 times more effective, and it automatically changed its entire strategy on the fly.
So what happened after just 1 week? It reached over 85,000 people. Almost 350 real users started repeating the campaign's talking points. And check this out, a 35% jump in searches for the bogus natural product it was pushing. This isn't just online noise. This is measurable, real-world behavioral change. And it was all achieved with zero human oversight.
Okay, so this brings us to the much bigger picture. Section 4, the attack on truth. Because what we're talking about here goes so far beyond just spreading a bit of fake news. This is an assault on something way more fundamental to how our society works.
So the term the report uses is our epistemic infrastructure. It sounds complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's just all the tools we use as a society, journalism, science, public debate, to figure out what's true. And these systems are designed to attack that very foundation. The goal isn't just to make you believe one lie. It's to destroy our collective ability to agree on what's real in the first place.
And this is really the heart of the threat.
These AI systems make it possible to fabricate social consensus on an industrial scale. They can create this powerful illusion that a fringe idea is actually mainstream, poisoning our entire information ecosystem and, undermining the very foundations of democratic societies.
So, what in the world can we do about this? Let's move to Section 5, Building Our Defenses. The report makes it really clear that fighting an AI-powered threat means we need a totally new way of thinking. You know, the old game of playing whack-a-mole with individual fake posts? That's just a losing battle now.
So the report suggests a much smarter approach. Instead of just chasing down fake posts, we have to start asking why people are falling for them in the first place. Is it because they just don't have the skills to spot it? Is it because the social media platforms are basically built to spread outrage? Or is it because the disinformation is tapping into real beliefs and distrust that are already there? The defense has to fix the root cause, not just treat the symptom.
And that brings us to our final, and maybe the most challenging section of this entire report, a weapon in our hands. Because the report doesn't just frame this as a threat we need to defend against. It introduces a really profound dilemma.
The report itself puts it right out there, saying that this technology is both a risk and an opportunity. The exact same vulnerabilities that our adversaries can exploit could also be leveraged by Western nations for their own strategic communication efforts.
Let me just put it plainly. The report concludes that a purely defensive strategy might not be enough. It suggests that the same obliteration technique, the one used to make disinformation weapons, could be harnessed to build offensive AI tools for legitimate state purposes, all operating within legal and ethical boundaries, of course.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? The technology is here, the methods are out there, and the power is undeniable. So if this truly is a new class of weapon for the information age, it forces all of us to confront a really difficult problem. Who gets to decide when and how it gets used?